Hey guys, this is MugenLord here, and today is going to be a different topic than my normal topic. This is going to be a real talk discussion. Now, it's gaming related, but it's not RPG or fighting game specific. It's just gaming in general and where we're going as far as a society when it comes to social media and just drama in general that surrounds our favorite forms of entertainment. So, if you into topics like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't, because it definitely helps me out in the algorithm, and also hit that bell to be notified for more JRPG and fighting game news in the near future. So what am I talking about here? What's been going on? Well, if you guys don't know, Bayonetta 3 comes out next week. It's an exclusive game for Nintendo and it's been developed by Platinum Games. Well, on social media, the original voice actress to Bayonetta has made a video and made a claim that Platinum Games had came to her and wanted to only offer her $4,000 for the entire role of Bayonetta in the game. She turned it down, and now she wants people and fans to boycott Bayonetta 3. So now it's trending on Twitter. Everybody's talking about it. People are giving their raw opinions about it, and you have people seriously at this point canceling their pre-orders for the game, which people have their right to do. Now, the reason why I want to discuss this is for the fact is that social media has been the worst thing that have ever happened to society. And here's why. My issue with this whole situation is that everybody is being reactionary about this situation. Now, the thing that have me questioning a lot of things, and I've been saying when it comes to social media, and I'm a person that has principles and I like to stick to my principles and I like to be consistent on my principles. I've always said this: wait for more information and details to come before you actually jump the gun and pick a side of what's been going on. Now, she has came out and said that Platinum Games came to her and only wanted to pay her $4,000, which when you hear it, it does sound ridiculous to voice a whole game and only get $4,000. But here's my problem. We don't know the context behind that. We don't know how much screen time that Bayonetta is actually going to be in the game, because the game also introduces brand new characters, more specifically the newest character that's in the game. Will the game just focus more on the new character than Bayonetta herself? Will we play as Bayonetta through the entire game? That we don't know. We don't know any other context that's surrounding it. Now, the other question is, the replacement for the original voice actress is Jennifer Hale. Now, a lot of you guys know who Jennifer Hale, especially if you guys are into anime and video games. You know she's one of the most prolific voices within the industry itself. And we know that Jennifer Hale is not a cheap, voice actress. I would assume that she's pretty expensive. So if they only gave her $4,000 and Jennifer Hale took it, something is not adding up here. Why would Jennifer Hale would take that role? Helena Taylor was given $4,000. So something is not adding up. Something is not making sense. Now, another thing too is what people are pointing out is that they didn't like the fact is that the original voice actress, Helena Taylor, had also snubbed or, did kind of like diss Jennifer Hale as well, which she shouldn't have done. I don't think that's professional and anything of that sort. But the problems comes around to the fact is that people are now becoming reactionary, and you even have some people who are pretty much going to Jennifer Hale's and, harassing her as well, which is also not fair. And this is where the toxicity come from in social media, because you have one end people who are big fans of a particular voice actor, actress, or, anybody who has some, somewhat fame status, and you have their fans go over and attack the other person who has nothing to do with the entire situation at all. And it becomes a real mess, and a lot of people don't understand. We don't know the full context of this. Now, I'm not saying I'm defending Platinum Games, because Platinum Games is a corporation, but what I am saying is sit back and allow the situation to play itself out. We've been seeing too many incidents where somebody will come out, give a sob story, where people get in their feelings and then people just jump on that person's side, and then we end up finding out more truths, that there's more to the situation. We don't know what the situation is. And here we have content creators, making videos talking about they're canceling their pre-orders, and we need to take a stand. But the problem is too, which also is just kind of baffling to me, is now we have this infighting between fans. We got fans who are, dissing fans who are actually still going to buy the game regardless. And then you got people who's going to buy the game regardless, dissing people who want to pretty much not support the game because of this situation. What gets me is that what Helena Taylor has done, in my opinion, she had every right to turn it down. So why boycott something that you turned down? You didn't like what they have given you, and you turned it down, as you should. As a person who values themselves and feels though that you should be paid more, you turned down the job that wasn't offering you what you think you should be paid. So why boycott that? Why tell people to boycott something that you turned down? You didn't like the job. It wasn't like that you took the job, willingly took the job, and was given the pay, and then felt like he was taken advantage of, and then want people to boycott the game. No, she turned down the job. So that should be it from there. She didn't like it. She turned it down. So why boycott it? You didn't want the job. So, and then you got people here wanting to boycott it, which doesn't make sense to me. She was offered a job. She didn't want it. Somebody else took the job. Now, the other situation here is the other side, Platinum Games, which we need to talk about for a second. Now, from what I've understand and what if I read, they said Platinum Games made a statement before this whole situation came about, is that Platinum Games said that there were scheduling issues. Is something like that, where that's the reason why they couldn't be able to hire her, which we don't know if that's true or not yet, which I always keep saying that we have to wait for more information to see who is actually being honest here before picking a side. So Platinum Games said it was scheduling issues. And then Helena Taylor comes out and said, no, they was trying to pay me only $4,000. And another thing about this situation is, why didn't she bring that up during the time where she was actually going for the role? She could have came out and said that then. And I understand the NDA and everything like that, but why is she wait until the game is a week away for her to actually come out and mention it now, which is just not adding up to me. It's just not making any sense to me at all. And this is why I'm saying, and I'm sitting back, and I'm not siding with Platinum Games, and I'm not siding with Helena Taylor at all until this thing get ironed out. And it gotten so bad to the point, and it gotten the attention of TMZ. We have every journalist site that's covering this right now, and without any real context involved in how the development of the game and what's the requirements and the criteria, that's required to voice this character for this particular entry of the title. So we don't know anything. And I think social media amplifies this type of behavior or this type of situation to where people are so quick and people are getting to their emotions and don't use any critical thinking, or they don't stop and think about and question certain things. All I'm saying is question things. Even if Platinum Games come out and give their side, question that. Helena Taylor came out, question that. Ask questions. Stop jumping the gun. And then the worst part about social media is the virtual signaling aspect of it, because you have so many people virtual signaling about this situation to try to make a point, but then be hypocrites when it comes to other situations. Perfect example, let's talk about Activision Blizzard. Activision Blizzard had a situation going on where it was a toxic environment, where you had pretty much sexual allegations going on, sexual harassment, and all these other things when it came to the female employees and all the other toxic behaviors that was going on. And here it is, you had so many content creators, you had so many people saying they're boycotting Blizzard, and so many people was grandstanding for women and everything. And then guess what happens? So when Overwatch 2 come out, those same people that was grandstanding ran down there and bought and supported Overwatch 2. So what's the point of grandstanding and making a point on virtual signaling when you're going to turn around and support the very company that you claim to be disgusted by the behaviors that was happening to women while in the workplace? That makes no sense. And this is the worst thing about social media. It has affected every forms of entertainment, more specifically Hollywood, and definitely my favorite hobby of all, gaming. It made gaming the worst place or the worst community because of these virtual signaling and because of people not sitting back and assessing situations to figure everything out and actually use critical thinking skills before they make a shit post or controversial take or anything of that sort. And it's just getting ridiculous, man. So I would say this, Kamiya, I guess the CEO or the person behind Bayonetta or Platinum Games himself, he also made a tweet saying that she's wrong and that's not true. And then he started going on a massive block. I mean, he started blocking people when people started trying to attack him as well. So this is a complete mess. And all I can say is sit back, let's wait and see how all this play out. It's just, for me, things are just not adding up, in my opinion, and not sitting well. This is why I'm not picking a side. I'm just using critical thinking, or I'm just using my brain to stop and just ask questions. She turned down the role for $4,000, and yet Platinum Games hired the most prolific voice actress known as Jennifer Hale to voice the role instead. So that's just not adding up to me. And then she waits until the week before to call out Platinum Games and want people to boycott. So things are not adding up. And then Platinum Games on their end saying that it was because of scheduling issues. So that's not adding up. Somebody somewhere is not telling the truth. But I'm not so quick to just go on the side of the person that said they've been done wrong. Especially, she can't say that she's been done wrong for the simple fact is that she turned the role down, as she should. She turned the role down and somebody else claimed the role. She did what a person of a profession has done. They didn't like the job. They turned it down. No different than any other actor or actress, even in Hollywood. If there's a role that you don't like and you don't like the pay, you turned it down. You stood your ground. So to ask for somebody to boycott a role that you turned down, it just doesn't make sense to me. But that's just my overall opinion about this entire situation. I definitely wanted to hear your thoughts on this. I think we should wait. And I also just believe that social media is just bad, man. It's just not good for society. It's almost like a necessary evil, is because you can use social media to amplify your message, or if you a person that has products or you have a YouTube channel, you want to get your content out there as much as possible to the masses. But at the same time, man, it just had melted our brains and just ruined society as a whole because of the ramifications of just, you can just post anything, say anything, and then you have the court of a public opinions that crucifies people based off a little information without any real context, and it doesn't help anyone in the long run. So I definitely want to hear your thoughts or opinions on this in the comment sections below. What do you think? Do you think Jennifer Hale's on the, not Jennifer Hale, you think Helena Taylor is on the up and up? Do you think Platinum Games is on the up and up? Or are you like me, just sitting back waiting to see how all this play out? Did you cancel your pre-order? Or are you still buying the game regardless of what's been going on with the drama surrounding this? So that'll definitely help if you let me know in the comment sections below. And that wraps this video up. This is MugenLord signing off. I'll see you Game Fiends later. Peace out.